Hello everyone, I'm Paul and this is problem 2812. Find the safest path in a grid. This is a medium problem that might become very tricky, so let's see how to solve it step by step. We are given a binary matrix. Here you can see an example. We only have zeros and ones. Ones are thieves and zeros are empty cells. We start from the top left corner and our job is to return the maximum safeness factor of all paths leading to the bottom right corner. And here is the definition for this safeness factor. It's the minimum Manhattan distance from any cell in the path to any thief in the grid. So let's see what this means. If we are given this example, we start here, we are trying to reach the destination, and there are different paths that we can take. For example, we can take this one, or this one, or this one, and so on. The thing is that we are trying to stay far away from thieves. Remember that ones are thieves. So for example, we could take this path. And now the shortest distance from any cell to the thief is 2. If we consider this cell, we are 2 steps away from the closest thief. And this is only one possible solution. We could take this path, for example, instead. And here, we are 2 steps away from a thief also. Now, given that 2 is the closest distance from any cell in any valid path from any thief, the result in this example is 2. And just to be clear, we can move to adjacent cells every time, meaning in all 4 directions. And in case you know what Manhattan distance is, it's the sum of the absolute difference between the x and y coordinates of 2 points. So ideally we should build a grid with the same dimensions, where each value corresponds to the shortest distance from the current cell and the closest thief. For example, here we are 2 steps away from the closest thief, so the value should be 2. Here, for example, we are 1, 2, 3 steps away and 1, 2, 3 steps away from the closest thief, so the value should be 3, and so on. Now the question is, how can we build this matrix? Well, we can use something called multi-source BFS, which means that we are using thieves as sources and we are expanding at the same time every time until we can fill this distances grid. So let's see how this works. This is very similar to Dijkstra. We have a grid for distances and we have a queue. Initially, every value in the grid is positive infinity except for the cells corresponding to thieves, because these are the sources. The distance from each source to each source is 0, so we start from 0 in these 2 cells. And we need to add the corresponding initial coordinates to the queue. We add 0, 2 and 2, 0. And we can say while we have something in the queue, we pop the leftmost element. So we start from 0, 2. First we are here. These 2 neighbors are out of bounds, but we can go either left or down. So let's say that we decide to go left. If we go here, the corresponding distance would be the current value 0 plus 1. We are 1 step away from the next cell. So the result here is 1. And given that 1 is strictly smaller than what we have here, we can actually go to this cell. So we can replace this with the new distance, 1. And now we need to add the corresponding information to the queue. So we add a tuple with the corresponding coordinates 0, 1. And we are still here, so we can continue with the next neighbor. The new distance, if we decide to go here, is 0 plus 1, and 1 is smaller than positive infinity, so we replace this with 1 and add a tuple here with the coordinates 1, 2. Now we can continue and pop the leftmost element in the queue, which is this one, so we are standing at 2, 0, meaning here we have 2 neighbors that are inbound, so we can start with this one. 0 plus 1 is smaller than positive infinity, so we replace this with 1, and we need to add a tuple with the coordinates. These are 0, 1 and 0. Next, if we look at this neighbor, 1 is smaller than infinity, so we replace this with 1. The corresponding coordinates here are 2 and 1. Next, we pop this tuple, so we are standing here. We can't go up because we are out of bounds. If we decide to go right, well, now the new distance would be 1 plus 1 more step, meaning 2. And given that 2 is strictly larger than what we have here, we are not actually going right. Now we can go down because The new distance would be 1 plus 1, meaning 2, and that's more than positive infinity, so here we put 2, and the coordinates here are 1, 1. And we can go left because 1 plus 1 is 2, and that's more than infinity, so here we put a 2, and here we add the coordinates 0, 0. Now we pop this tuple, so we are standing at 1, 2, meaning here, if we go right, we are out of bounds. If we go up, 2 is greater than 0, so we don't go up. If we go left, 2 is equal to 2, so we rather keep 2. And if we go down, well, 1 plus 1 is 2, which is more than infinity, so we replace this with 2, and we need to add a tuple with these coordinates 2, 2. Next, we pop this tuple. The coordinates are 1, 0, so we are standing here. We can't go left, we can't go right because 2 is equal to 2, we can't go down because 2 is greater than 0, and 2 is equal to 2. So that's it. Now we pop this tuple, the coordinates are 2, 1, we are standing here. We can go down, we can go up, we can go right, and we can go left. Next we pop this tuple, coordinates are 1, 1, so we are here. We can't go in any of the 4 directions. Next we pop this, we can't move to any of the 4 directions. Finally we pop this, and here we have the same scenario, so that's it. Given that the queue is empty, this is the final distances array. And for example, this means that from this cell we are 2 steps away from the closest thief. From here, for example, we are 2 steps away from the closest thief, and for example from here we are 1 step away from the closest thief. Now we can use this distances grid to find the best path from the source to the destination. Here we have a 2, which means that the closest thief is 2 steps away. Now if we decide to move right, for example, we need to keep the minimum between 2 and 1 here. Why? Well, because the safeness factor is the smallest distance from any cell in the path to the closest thief. So every time we are keeping the minimum value. Now, we should move to the neighbor with the largest value. Why? Well, because we are trying to maximize this minimum value. So we can use a heap, and more specifically, we are using a max heap. You will see why in a few seconds. We start with the tuple for the source. First, we have the cost or distance for the corresponding source, which is 2 in this case, and then we have the coordinate 0, 0. We also have a set for the coordinates that we have already seen. We start from the source 0, 0. So first we are here. We can go either right or down because left and up are out of bounds. If we decide to go right, we need to keep the minimum between 2 and 1, meaning 1. So here we keep a 1. And we need to add the corresponding tuple to the set. Here we use the coordinates 0, 1. And here in the heap, we need to add another tuple with the new cost 1 and the coordinate 0, 1. We can also go down. In this scenario, the minimum between 2 and 1 is 1, so we need to add to the set the coordinates 1, 0, and here we add a tuple with the cost 1 and the coordinates 1, 0. Now we need to pop the next tuple in the heap, meaning the maximum between these 2 distances. 1 is equal to 1, so let's say that we pop this. We are standing at the coordinate 0, 1, meaning here. If we go up, we are out of bounds. If we try to go left, we already have this in scene, so we don't go left. If we try to go right, we don't have this in scene. The minimum between 1 and 0 is 0, so here we keep 0, and this makes sense because this is a thief. And we need to add a tuple here with the coordinates 0, 2. Here we need to add a tuple with the cost 0 and the coordinates 0, 2. If we try to go down, we don't have the coordinates 1, 1 in the set, so we take the minimum between 1 and 2, which is 1, which means that here we need to replace this with 1. And we need to add the corresponding tuple to the set, 1, 1, and here we add the tuple with the new cost 1 and the coordinates 1, 1. Now we pop the next tuple, so we can pop this. We are standing here. We can go left, we can't go up, we can't go right, but we can go down. The minimum between 1 and 0 is 0, so here we keep 0. And here we add a tuple with the coordinates 2, 0. Here we add a tuple with the cost 0 and the coordinates 2, 0. Now we pop the next tuple, meaning this one, because it has the largest distance. So we are standing here. And if we try to go up, the coordinates are 0, 1. We already have this. If we go left, we already have this. If we go right, the coordinates are 1, 2. We don't have 1, 2 here, so we add it. The minimum between 1 and 1 is 1, so here we keep 1, and here we need to add a tuple with 1 and the coordinates 1, 2. If we try to go down, we don't have the coordinates 2, 1 here, so we add a tuple with 2, 1, and here we add a tuple with the minimum between 1 and 1, which is 1, and the coordinates 2, 1. Now we can pop the next tuple, so we can pop this. We are standing at 1, 2, meaning here. We can't go right, we can't go up because we have the coordinates, we can't go left, and we can go down because we don't have 2, 2 here, so we add a tuple with 2, 2, and here we add a tuple with the new cost, which is the minimum between these two values, meaning 1, and the coordinates 2, 2. Now the minimum here is 1, so we need to replace this value in distances with 1. Now we can pop the next tuple, so we can pop this. We are standing at 2, 1. We can't go down, we can't go up, we can't go left, and we can't go right. So that's it. Now we can pop the next tuple, meaning this one, because 1 is larger than 0. So we are standing here. We can't go right, we can't go down, we can't go up. The coordinates are 1, 2, and here we have 1, 2, and we can't go left. The coordinates are 2, 1, and here we have 2, 1. Now we can pop the next tuple. We are standing at 0, 2. We can go up, we can go right, and we can't go to any of these two cells. Finally, we pop this. We are standing at 2, 0, meaning here, and we can't move neither. Now the heap is empty, so we can end the loop now and return the value at the last cell, which is 1 in this case. So with all of this in mind, let's go with the code and hopefully you will get the idea. First, we can check if we have a thief in either source or destination, because in this scenario we can return 0 right away. So if grid 0, 0 is equal to 1, or grid -1, -1 is equal to 1, we just return 0. Else n and m are the length of grid and the length of grid at row 0. Now, we can say that the distance is grid is an array which includes an array with positive infinity times the amount of columns for every index in range the amount of rows. And we need a queue, which is a deck in Python because we have to pop elements from left. Now we need to find the sources, meaning thieves. So for I in range n, for j in range m, we can say if grid I j is equal to 1, meaning we have a thief, then distances array at ij is now a 0, and q.append a tuple with the coordinates ij. Now we can say while we have something in the queue, we pop the leftmost element. This will give us the coordinates ij, so q.popLeft. Now we can say that the current distance is equal to distances ij. And now we can iterate neighbors. So for new I, new j, in every neighbor, here we can use tuples. For bottom, we do I plus 1 j. If we want to go up, I minus 1 j. For right, I j plus 1. And for left, I j minus 1. Now we check that we are in bounds, because if new I is more than 0, or new I is greater or equal to n, or new j is more than 0, or new j is greater or equal to m, we are out of bounds, so we just continue. If we are still here, we can check if the current distance plus 1 step is strictly smaller than distances at the neighbor coordinates, new I, new j, then we can actually go to the neighbor. So distances new I, new j is now equal to the current distance plus 1. And q.append a tuple with the coordinates new I, new j. Now we can move to the next part and simulate the best path from the source to the destination. Remember that we need a heap, so this is an array with a tuple for the source. And given that it's a max heap, we can start with minus the corresponding value at the coordinate 0, 0. Then we have the coordinate 0, 0. So just to be clear, in every tuple we have a weight, cost or distance and coordinates I, j. We have a set sin. This is a set with the source initially, so we can do this and add a tuple with 0, 0. And now we can say while we have something in the heap, heap q dot heap pop from h, and this will give us three values, a weight and the coordinates I, j. Now remember that the weight is negative, so we can say weight is equal to minus weight. Now we can iterate neighbors. So for new I, new j, same to what we did before. Here we can use tuples, I plus 1 j, I minus 1 j, I j plus 1, and I j minus 1. We go in all four directions, and now we check if new I is more than 0, or new I is greater or equal to n, or new j is more than 0, or new j is greater or equal to m, or we have already seen the neighbor, meaning we have a tuple with new I, new j in sin. In any of these scenarios, we just continue. If we are still here, sin.add a tuple with the neighbor new I, new j, and we need to keep the smallest value. So this is the minimum between the current weight and the new value. Distance is at the neighbor coordinates. Now, we can say that distance is at new I, new j is equal to this smallest value, and heap q dot heap push into heap a tuple with the smallest value, and given that this is a max heap, here we use minus, and the coordinates new I, new j. Now we can go down here, and the final result is in distance is at minus 1, minus 1. So let's submit this and see if it works. As you can see, this works and it's very efficient. Regarding time complexity, for the first part it's big of nm, for the second part it's nm times log nm. Remember that heap operations require log n, so overall time complexity is nm times log nm, and overall space complexity is big of nm. So this is it for this problem. If you found this useful, please drop a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.